ते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वृंदाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवते नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. First of all, I like to offer my most respectful obeisances, thousands and thousands of times to the lotus feet of our Paramaradhitam Sri Gurupada Padmanitha Lila Pravishnu Vishnupada Ashtotra Spaces Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Simultaneously, I like to offer my most respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of Sri Srimati Lila Pravishnu Vishnupada Ashtotra Spaces Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. Lila Prishna Vishnupada Ashtotra Spaces Vedanta Goswami Maharaj. And all of my Kripangal Gaudiya Guru Parampara, all the associates of Srila Prabhupada, and all the our Kripangal Guru Vargas. Especially I am.
Uttam Prabhu, if you can speak a little bit louder.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, first of all, I like to offer my most respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of our most beloved Sri Gurupada Padma Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupada Ashtotra Bhaktivedanta Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And simultaneously, I like to offer my most respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Trivakam Goswami Maharaj, Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, and Sri Srila Gaura Govinda Swami Maharaj. And especially, I like to offer my respectful obeisances thousands and thousands of times to the lotus feet of Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaj. So, today is very auspicious day. I feel myself very fortunate to offer some Puspanjali to the lotus feet of Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaji. In the beginning days, I joined in the ISKCON in 99, in the early year of 99, by studying the book of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj and Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj. And by their books, I got some deep impression, and I inspired to join in the temple, and I joined in the ISKCON Bhubaneswar. And by great good fortune, I had the darshan of Sri Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj in 1996. And after that period, I feel some spiritual development in my heart. And then I started studying the books, Swami Maharaj and Srila Gaura Govinda. Then finally, I joined in 99. And whatever I was studying, I got some very deep feelings of Braj Bhakti from the book of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj and Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj. But when I joined in the ISKCON, but I couldn't find such things there practically. So I was thinking to go back to home and again study the books of Swami Maharaj. And I was praying to the Samadhi of Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj that who is my Guru? I came to you, please help me arrange my Guru. And by his mercy, I came to our Gurudev in the same year 99. In the Radhashtami day, I came to Mathura and I joined in the Mathura Math. And I have the first darshan of Srila Gurudev. And by this first darshan of Gurudev, my heart was completely satisfied. Whatever I was searching for, that mood of Braj, only by seeing his beautiful appearance, beautiful face, then my heart was completely satisfied. am pacified that, oh, this is the real person whom I was searching for. Ajmer Guru. And in the first meeting, Gurudev also said, I will give you initiation. So from that day, I was started living in the Mathura Mutt. And in the day of Radhashtami, he gave me Harinam. And after a few months, in the Kartik Purnima, in the same 99, Gurudev gave me Diksha Mantra. And after that, I started to stay in Mathura Mutt with the association of such high class of Vaishnavas, especially Gurudev and all of his senior disciples, like Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Maharaj Ji, Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Tirtha Maharaj Ji, and Premananda Prabhu, and all other senior Vaishnavas are there. So that time the temple atmosphere was so sweet, it's so inspiring that nobody want to leave even Mathura Mutt. Everybody want to stay in Mathura. Whoever join in the Mutt, everybody likes to stay in Mathura Mutt. If Gurudev wants to send somebody outside some other Mutt, nobody really hardly like to go out of Mathura. So in the beginning days, Gurudev, then I started going to outside for preaching, Western countries. So that time I first met Pujapad Srila Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaj in Mathura Mutt. And in the beginning days, he was very calm and quiet, and always very engaged in his service. He was completely dedicated to the service of his Gurudev and the Guru Paramparas. I was searching for to whom should I take shelter, because if you want to live in the temple, you must have to stay under the guidance of the senior Vaishnavas. So Gurudev used to go outside for preaching Western worlds, and Pujapada Ban Maharaj Ji was living in Mathura Mutt. And Premanand Prabhu was also living there, but he used to speak Harikatha very less. But Ban Maharaj every day continuously he used to speak Harikatha in the morning and the evening in the temple, Mathura temple. And whatever in my heart, the longing for the mood of Braj Bhakti, Brajvasis, then I could find the same mood in the heart of Ban Maharaj. He was so much dedicated, he is so much deeply absorbed in these moods. And one day I remember that time very few Delhi devotees used to come to listen from him in his small room. I used to go and stand outside of his door while Maharaj used to speak Harikatha to the devotee of Delhi. So one day Maharaj asked me, oh, why you are here? You are not going to class of Premananda Prabhu? I said, I don't understand so much what you are saying. Do you understand me? I said, yes, Maharaj, I can understand you. Then Maharaj very mercifully, he accepted me and he gave me some little service to clean his room, to wash his clothes, and slowly attached to him. By this way, serving, he very mercifully he gave me this service. And I felt so much greatness. I felt so much indebted to him. If you not give me shelter that time, then I don't know what would happen to me. Because in the beginning days, my heart was very restless. For 5 years, my heart was very, very restless. But after these things, Maharaj service, then I became very peaceful. And slowly, slowly, I was in the pujari in the temple. But Maharaj asked me to come to collect some bhiksha for temple. So he showed me all these fields of his collection. And he brought me a new bicycle. And he used to, every day he used to go for collection for temple maintenance. Every day. In the early morning, his schedule was so fixed. His temple life, his daily schedule was very fixed. every day in the early morning joining Mangalarati. Then after Mangalarati there was Kirtan, Pujapada Mithila Prashta Sesai Prabhuji and other senior devotees, they used to do morning Kirtan. And after that Maharaj used to speak Harikatha. Especially his favorite topics from Srimad Bhagavatam like Venu Geet and Dhamar Geet, all these topics are very favorite, the topic of Sripasi Maharaj. So by listening day by day these things, then I started to learning so many things. Whatever I have learned, I think I never read so much, I never write so much, but only by listening from Maharaj and other senior Vaishnavas, I have learned something. And because that time was very interesting topics, Maharaj was speaking very deeply from his realization. And after Harikatha, he used to take some little breakfast and go for collecting bhikya for the temple by bicycle. Every day he used to travel like 20 miles, 30 like kilometers, going different door to door in Mathura, out of Mathura, like this township area. There is not such a place in Mathura Maharaj haven't collect bhikya. And this is his mercy to the jivas. This collection, because even people used to give sometimes 2 rupees. Some person give you 1 rupees, 5 rupees. But Maharaj every day continuously used to collect bhikya from door to door. Means giving them chance to get some spiritual sukruti. By collecting some money, then these people will be get the benefit. Their money will engage in the service of Radha Vinod Bihari Ji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the mercy of Vaishnavas. They are taking so much difficulties, but still helping others to develop their spiritual life. And he used to come back after, even in the summer, very scorching heat days. It was very hot time in Mathura. Everybody knows how it was so hot in the summer. But still Maharaj used to go every day and comes back like sometimes 2 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock. And his face was become very black after traveling such a long way by bicycle. And he used to come back and take then used to take little rest, and again he used to start to sit outside of his room and start to study Chaitanya Charitamrita and other Goswami Granths. So I was very impressed by his such a dedication of his service and his engagement in devotional service. In my mind, I was so much impressed, and I like really his activities. And then again in the evening there would be kirtan, and after kirtan Maharaj used to give again class in the evening. And after evening class also he used to go to bhikya again to the Mathura city in the shops. Different shopkeepers, they used to give some bhikya for temple. And Maharaj used to go after evening class, like 7:30. He used to go for, and again comes back like 9 o'clock and takes some little prasadam. Then it takes some rest. And every day 3 o'clock he used to wake up. It was his daily routine, and he used to chant outside of this veranda. It was very amazing that how he can maintain such things. Is such a continuously he was doing the same things. In this way, he put a very ideal temple life, how to live in the temple and how to dedicate oneself for the service of Hari Guru and Vaishnava. And he has no interest in other politics, not criticizing anybody, not discussing even anything, what is going on, what is not going on. He was completely absorbed. So it was impressed me so much. It was very, very impressed my heart. That time I was new in the Mathura, and I started to learning from him so many things. So then Maharaj started to, in 2000 he took sannyas. In the Gaur Purnima day, that time the Parikrama was uh, from Devananda Gaudiya Math. That time Gurudev was the vice president of this society, Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, and Pujapal Sri Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj was the president. And in 2000, he took sannyas. He, Pujapad Madhav Maharaj and Tita Maharaj and other Pujapad um, Madhusudan Maharaj, and all of them, their batch, they took sannyas in 2000. And after sannyas, Maharaj, before he used to also go for preaching Western countries. And after sannyas, he was very um, like continuously he started traveling. And he gave me the charge of this collecting Diksha, some of his fields. And after sannyasi, the mood was more deep. After sannyasi, everything becomes very intense. The seriousness of performing bhajan, and more realization comes. Then Western devotees started coming to him to listen Harikatha, and everybody likes, even Gurudev. In many of his classes, he used to glorify Pujapad Bani Maharaj, that how this small boy, because when Pujapad Bani Maharaj joined the temple, he was very young, maybe 20 years old or something like this. He was very educated, highly educated, and he joined, and very skinny. You may have seen his old pictures, how he was skinny. But Gurudev Singh, just look how this skinny boy, he was preaching all over the world, and how he uh, dedicated to his service. Whatever he gets collection, Dakshina, he used to give as it is to Maharaj, to Gurudev. Gurudev was so much pleased about this. Nowadays, we are, whatever Dakshina we are getting, we are keeping for our own self. But at that time, Pujapad Maharaji, whatever donation he used to collect, everything as it is, he used to give to Srila Gurudev. And during that days in Mathura, the big festival was Janmashtami and Radhashtami. And Maharaj used to collect for Janmashtami, going different people's, Mathura Vasis, and door to door, collecting so many uh, tins of ghees, oils, and uh, wheats, and sugar. Like his small room was completely full. Sometimes 100 tins of oil and ghee used to collect for the festival of Janmashtami. And before Janmashtami, every time Gurudev used to come to visit, and Maharaj used to show just how he have collected. Other devotees also used to collect, everybody, but Maharaj's collection was very top always. He was collecting more than everybody during Janmashtami and Radhashtami. And after Janmashtami, the festival, then Maharaj has to distribute prasadam, Janmashtami prasadam to all the devotees. By this way, all the Mathura Vasis, all the nearby areas, the residents, they have so much deep love for him. Everybody knows him. Everybody likes him and his behavior. He is very simple hearted. And by his simplicity, everybody likes him. Even nowadays, you can see in Mathura Math, when Maharaj comes, then everybody comes to listen to his katha. He was very simple hearted, that everybody. Many devotees asking for house programs. When Maharaj was in Mathura, then many of the days of the week there are house programs. And Maharaj is very happily taking all the brahmacharis and doing kirtans and speaking Harikatha in the Mathura Vasi's house. So I used to, sometimes I used to have the chance to join these house programs and listen. Even outside of Mathura, sometimes devotees used to ask him to uh, make some program in their house. So Maharaj is very mercifully used to go and bestow his mercy upon them. And by this way, many devotees also uh, came join in the uh, devotional life. They took Harinam and Diksha from Gurudev, and Maharaj inspired many devotees. Nowadays, all the Mathravasis, they are remembering the, whatever he have um, gave to them, Maharaj. And after the sannyas ashram, then during Brajamandal Parikrama, we can see how he used to very eager to speak Harikatha. Maharaj used to say that if you don't give me prasadam is okay, but if you stop to give me speak Harikatha, then my mind becomes mad. Maharaj is very fond of speaking Harikatha. This is the symptom of a devotee that who is always very eager to speak. Our Rupa Goswami have mentioned these things in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that what is the devotees, what is their symptoms who have attained this stage of Rati. He is saying that Khantir Abhyarth Kalatvam Virakti Manasunyata Asabandha Samutkantha Namagane Sadaruchi Asakti Gunakhane Pritistad Vasati Stale Itti Anubhava Syur Jata Bhavam Kurechane. Asakti Gunakhane, deep eagerness, deep attachment to glorify the pastimes of Lord and his devotees. This is a very great symptom of a pure devotee. And you can see Maharaj was always very eager. Whenever there is a chance, then Maharaj speaks. Even he don't want to give up the microphone when he gets the chance. And sometimes during Gurudev's time also, he was speaking so nicely, and sometimes Gurudev used to have to stop him. Oh, now you have time is over, you have to stop, you have to stop. So that time it was very beautiful atmosphere in the temple in Mathura Math, especially during Kartik Parikrama, Navadip Dham Parikrama. Once I remember during Kartik Parikrama, there was some discussion about the Krishna's pastime in Gokul Mahaban. And after Gurudev's Harikatha, Pujapad Maharaji, and that time Prem Prayojan Prabhu was sannyas, that time Aranya Maharaj, they started to argue about some topics of Krishna's pastime in Gokul. And so many devotees gathered around him on the main road, in the middle of the road. And that time somebody spoke Gurudev that just look how Ban Maharaj and this Prem Prayojan is on the middle of the road, and all the devotees are there. Nobody is going to Parikrama. Then Guruji came and Gurudev started beating both of them, like punching and kicking everywhere. Because Gurudev really has so much love for them. Only those you have love, you can chastise them, you can show your anger to them. But it is loving, it was not, Gurudev was not beating with any other mood. It was because Gurudev wants that everybody should go and complete the Parikrama. Lunch prasadam, and it will be very hot. We have to do so many Parikrama of so many places. So it will be very late. That is why. So I'm saying that the thing is, they are so much eager to speak Harikatha, to discuss different topics of Tattva Siddhantas from the beginning days, collecting so many evidence from the different scriptures. All of his room is full of books, and he used to study the Goswami books late night. Sometimes it was very late. The light of his room was turned on. Sometimes Gurudev used to also become very like chastise, why you doing so much? You have to take rest properly, otherwise you will get sick. But who get this taste of uh, scriptures, then he cannot give up this reading. Maharaj has a very deep taste in reading the scriptures. Different scriptures was very thoroughly uh, entered into deeply to the shastras. You can see his eyes was always black. The eyelids, the down of his eyes, has become because he was steady and without proper rest. His eyes becomes very like blackish, down parts of the eyes. Sometimes other brahmacharis used to ask, "Oh Maharaj, what is this black spot is coming? You should have to take rest for that." But still Maharaj never stopped reading the scriptures because he really gets so much taste for this. And um, in the later of days, then he was started preaching Western countries, and Gurudev used to say that after me, Ban Maharaj is the only person who speaks uh, much more. After Gurudev, Ban Maharaj's preaching was very widely spread in all over the Western countries. All the Western devotees like Harikatha, especially his sweet moods. Very soft-hearted. He never demands anything from devotees. I was personally used to uh, live with him for uh, some days in Mathura. In the beginning days, though I am a Baddha Jiva, I couldn't understand his deep moods. But externally, I tried to serve, but so many times I make so many mistakes. But Maharaj never make any, like never accept these things, never mind for any mistakes. He was very sweetly, sometimes he's correcting me if there is some mistakes. He very sweetly behaved with me. And other brahmacharis of the mott also love so much. They used to come and Ban Maharaj, he is like the especially potato smashes. And after he comes from Bhikya, then if there is potato, that time there was ovens in the kitchen, and Maharaj used to put some potatoes and goes to take a bath. And after his bath, he comes and he brings these potatoes and smashes it, and because his favorite, the potato things. If you have this potato smashes, then he was very happy. If you want to please him, just make this potato smashes, and he never needs any big, like very delicious other things, paneer and rasgulla, rasmalai. So devotees are always very simple. Prabhupada Maharaj, I found is very simple in all these things, and he has not so much taste in also uh, other bodily things. I never seen he was using something for his body. Very simply life. He was living a very simple life without any um, bodily comfort. Here you can see his room, how it was a very small room, and he spent there for 40 years. Nowadays it will be impossible for new brahmacharis. In a very small room, like maybe 3 foot or 6 foot by 3 foot or like this, small room he used to spend so many years. Only for the service of Guru and Gauranga, he dedicated his life living in a very small room. And he never demand for anything. Oh, I am collecting, I am going preaching, I need a good room. He never did this. And even during Brajamandal Parikrama, many of us, you can see, he used to live in a room where there is no even attached bathroom. he have to go outside for taking bath in a cold days. In Govardhan, in Vrindavan, it was very cold during the Kartik Parikrama. And he used to live outside in a simple room. And he had to go to bathroom outside in the bathroom. Though there are so many difficulties, but he was dedicated for his service, so he has never complained anything. He never demanded anything. This is the great sign of the devotees. Like Krishnartha Akhila Bhogatyag, Krishnartha Akhila Chesta Parayan. For the pleasure of Krishna, one is ready to dedicate all of his bodily comfortables. And for the pleasure of Krishna, he is ready to dedicate everything of his life. And he endeavor so much for the pleasure of Krishna. And you can find these things in the life of Sripad Maharaj. And even nowadays, in this such an old age, still he is traveling all over the world without any rest. And it is not so easy to travel one place to another. And every week or every 5 days, you have to change his place. You have to travel from one place to another. Now, if we travel one place, we need 2 days of rest. But Maharaj is restless, without any rest. Continuously, he is doing this service only for the pleasure of Ritu and Vaishnavas. So we have to learn all these things from his life, how he is dedicated, completely dedicated for the service of Ritu and Vaishnavas. That's why Gurudev used to love him so much. Really, Gurudev heartily loved him. So we need to develop this type of mode of service, mode of dedication for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. And I remember once when I was in Mathura, it was very scorching hot summer, and somehow or other I got some boils in my thigh, and other places also many boils come, and it becomes very big and very painful. And because of this, I got very high temperature. And when Maharaj came to know that I am sick and these things are there, then he became very worried for me. He was very worried, and he himself, he took me to the hospital for the treatment. That time I was new then in Mathura, and he himself, he took me to medical and gave me the treatment. And she was so worried for his servant even. I am not a servant, I am Avas only. I can become a servant because it's a great devotee. I am a Baddha Jiva, I can't really become a servant. But still he was considering that he is in problem, and he took care of me so much in all aspects.
Yeah.
Yes.
Join your hand.
Thank you.
This time is over.
Yeah, well, just one or two more minutes just to finish. I know it's difficult to stop speaking about Maharaj, and you're doing so well. I didn't want to stop you. Please forgive me.
No, it's okay because there are so many speakers are there, and I am feeling very grateful that you gave me the chance to offer some Pushpanjali to the feet of Maharaj, to the Pastor Maharaj. I am very happy because there are so many incidents we have during the living in Mathura. So many beautiful moments we have spent with Pujapad Maharaj, and I am very grateful to him because he have accepted me as his like a police servant. I'm not a servant, but still he showed me so much love and affection. I am really very indebted to him. I am here because of only him. If he will not give me shelter that time, then I don't know what would happen to me today. So I am really from heart core of my heart, I am very grateful to him. I'm very obliged to him. I'm very thankful to him, and I am offering my millions and millions of humble obeisances to Lotus feet and begging His causeless mercy that He should shower His causeless mercy upon me uh, all of time, that I can become, I can follow His footsteps, I can follow the mood of His service and mood of His Harikatha, and His dedication for the service, and I can make my life success. जय पूज्य श्री भक्त महाराज जी की जय, जय श्री गुरु जी महाराज की जय, समस्त गौरव